Okay, so for A, we are dividing by 5. So the opposite is to multiply by 5. So we draw our line, and we're going to multiply by 5 on both sides. When I multiply by 5, this side cancels my equation, so I just have an x left over, equals negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Now I'm going to plug in negative 10 where my x is, so negative 10 over 5. And if we did this correctly, it should make it equal to negative 2. So negative 10 divided by 5 does in fact equal negative 2. For B, we have negative 1 times A equals negative 24. So I'm going to draw my line. Negative 1 times A, so the opposite is to divide by negative 1 on both sides. These cancel, and so I have A equals negative 24 divided by negative 1 equals 24. I'm going to plug this in, and I'm going to do negative 1 times 24. And if I did this correctly, it should equal this half of my equation. Negative 1 times 24 equals negative 24, so we know that we got that right. For 3, draw your line, or sorry, C, we draw our line down the equal sign. That's our balancing bar. So whatever I do to the left, I have to do to the right, and vice versa. So I have negative 1.5 times n. Remember, when there's a letter next to it, it just means you're multiplying. And so now I'm going to divide by negative 1.5 on both sides. These cancel, so I just have n equals. And then if I don't know what what 3 divided by negative 1.5 is, I can just use my calculator. So 3 divided by 1.5 negative gives me negative 2. So n equals negative 2. So when I plug back in negative 2 where my n used to be in my equation, I should get 3 if I did it correctly. So let's check. 1.5 negative 2, 2 negative equals 3. So we know that we got that. Draw my line down the equal sign. I have C divided by 8, so I'm going to multiply by 8 on both sides. These cancel. C equals negative 56. Now I'm going to plug in negative 56 where my C used to be. So negative 56 divided by 8 should give me negative, and that does equal negative 7 because a negative divided by a positive is negative. 56 divided by 8 is 7. So negative 7. All right. So I have negative 5 times P is equal to negative 32. So I'm going to divide by negative 5 on both sides. I get P left over here equals 32 divided by 5, because these are going to be divided by negatives, a positive. 32 divided by 5 is equal to 6.4. Now let's double check. Negative 5 times 6.4 should give me negative 32 if I did my equation, if I solved correctly. So 5 negative times 6.4 does in fact equal negative 32. So we know that we solved that correctly, and x does equal 6.4.